Oh, there we go. My damn computer got hacked.
What?
Oh no!
I mean, to a point. Listen to this. It sounds like there was like electric. I don't know, like the aliens were coming or some damn thing. All over my speakers. My son comes in the door and he's like a little bit of computer proficient. He says, he listens, it turns the sound way up. And he says, that's somebody listening on a video. And then about 3-4 minutes later, the guy had a coughing fit. He says, they're logged onto your computer. They're listening to everything you're doing. I says, oh, well, that's not good. So I shut the thing off, changed my bank statement numbers and all that. And now I'm logging on with you with my Apple iPad. So it's okay.
Wow.
We're still banging away. Yeah, I got to get this thing down to my local computer guy tomorrow morning to have him rip the thing down and fix it. So who we got on here tonight? What's happening?
That's crazy, Coach. Sorry to hear that, man.
It's all right. We just maneuver. It's all right.
That's crazy. It's probably the government trying to, the Pentagon.
No, it's the Russians. It's the Russians.
it's always the Russians. All right.
It's always the Russians. That's the way it is. Yeah, I actually think it's Biden himself, but I won't talk about that.
I don't know, man.
We won't bring that up.
Somebody
Wouldn't
might have
put it
to help
past
him
him.
log in. He can't remember the password, man.
Come on, man.
I know his kid knows something about laptops.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I got to be able to bring everybody on here.
Yeah, you better check that. Check that. Watch that. Yeah.
Oh, we got Vaughn back tonight, huh? Let's see who we got on here tonight. I got to do this. So we got Jason. We got Mini Golf. Who's that? That's Larry, right?
That's Larry from Illinois.
That's
Yeah,
Larry.
right.
Yeah, right. I got Vaughn Cross, Antonio, Rick. Rick is back from California. He knows we need his help.
Good evening, sir.
He is our resident realtor. Okay. So anybody got any deals they want to chat about here tonight? Let's start it off early. Let's get the ball.
Yeah, I'd like to ask a question on one this week. But I know you're gonna say, and this is probably a no deal. I'm pretty new at this, but she was a great conversation. But basically, she wouldn't work with me on monthly. She wouldn't work with me on down. And I'm trying to do a lease option and then assign it, and it comps out a little bit above where it's supposed. Well, she's asking a little bit above where it comps out at. So she's asking 189, and she's asking for 8,000 down, and she wants 1,200 a month, and 1,200 is like tops. And she's trying to tell me that 1,400 is tops, but no, it's only like 1,200 on a couple properties, which aren't even that close. I mean, it's a small town, but so anyways, I thought lease option was off the table, so I engaged with her, trying to do something like a regular option contract, for the 189, and then maybe I can just get something, like a little bit above, for like 195 or something.
What does she want to do?
thoughts?
What does she want to do with the property? Is it up for rent? Is it up for sale? What does she want to do?
It's weird. She put it for sale by owner on Zillow and then quickly took it down. So my scrape was able to catch that for a short moment, and yeah, now she said she's got a couple months and she's willing to not sell it at all. But she was open to doing a lease option. And then when I brought up the option contract, because I'm like, hey, you got a couple months on this, what if I put 60 days on this contract and whatever, I'll put it out there, and if I find somebody, for a little bit more and I get you your 189, then great for you, but, don't be surprised if this doesn't happen. And if it's an option contract, that means it's non-committal, right? So she can go and sell it on her own or something like that.
No, that's depending if you've got exclusivity. In other words, if this is an exclusive agreement, she's locked in for a period of time, whatever you make that agreement for. Otherwise, it's nonsense. Justin talks about that all the time. That's in his training that he does in the mornings. You got if her motivation level's not there, and she's telling you, I'll just take it off the market for a couple of months. On a 1 to 10, this is probably a 2 or a 3.
Right.
So I mean, you need to, how long, if she just put it on the market, yanked it off, I mean, she's not even convinced she even wants to sell the damn thing right now.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me, So, I mean, you can throw all kinds of ifs, ands, and buts at this deal, but if the motivation level's not there, you're just yelling down an empty tunnel, and nothing good's going to happen, regardless of what the numbers are. She's not motivated. It doesn't sound like she's motivated to do a deal. That might be something you might want to take to the call lab and do a follow-up call. Okay. And see if there's some, see if there's some light left in there. Get on there with one of the coaches and make a follow-up call. Let them listen and let them help you out with that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, but if there's no life, there's no life. If it's a dead deal, if it's dead going in, it's probably going to be dead going out. So, yes, sir. What's the SD on a hat for?
San Diego, sir.
San Diego.
San Diego, California.
Down California. Wow, I thought it was my initials for my name. I thought you were a real big guy. You're out there rooting for me, I'm trying to win this. I'm trying to win this big golden cow tip award there, So it's all right. It's all good. It's all good. Anything else, bud?
Well, I just had some regular questions. It's not about a deal, so I don't want to waste anybody's time.
Well, unless we got anything else on here. Anybody else got a deal to bring it to the table you want to talk about right now? Don't be shy. Well, Mr. Cross, you got the table. Go ahead. What's your question?
Okay, the first one's it's going to sound silly. Mortgage loan. For like an assignment deal, if I were to assign something but they had to, the end buyer had to get a loan, does that mean they don't get their cash right away, or they do and it's just all done through escrow?
Let's back up a second. You're gonna start a deal. It's gonna be is it an option, I gather? You want to do an option on a property?
Yeah.
To buy. Okay. Or you're in contract and you're going to assign your contract. Doesn't really make a difference which way you're going. Okay. Now, if you're going to hold your new deal that you just put together out to the general public who don't have cash, you're probably going to run out of time. That's number one. Number two, a lot of banks aren't going to be very, very happy about funding you or even seeing you in the transaction. All right. Justin can jump in on this.
Is this ugly house, or like you're not talking about a lease option?
Not talking about a lease option, no.
Okay.
Like
a cash money ugly house type transaction.
Yeah. I'm just asking like a what if. But it was actually for a regular option to purchase.
Oh, okay. So the house is worth 100. You can get it under option for $85K, something like that. And it's in pretty nice shape, ready to move into. Okay.
I guess my question is, does my end buyer need to have cash, or if they get a traditional loan, now it fucks everything up?
The traditional loan is going to take way too long, unless they've got a cousin with a lot of money sitting in the bank or something like that. If they're going to a regular bank, unless you got a long time on your option, it's not going to have. Most options are 30, 60 days, maybe. Yeah. All right. My opinion of this, and I'm going to tell you something. A lot of what you're going to hear tonight and at these is nothing that's written in stone. It's opinions. All right. And a lot when you talk about real estate, there's 1,000 different ways to go. If this were mine, and I was going to give 85 cents if I'm going to pay $85,000 for a $100,000 house, I better have a new ass for that seat real fast. In other words, I've already got somebody. This market is so hot. I'd say wrap it up. Even now, get the option for the 85,000 and offer it to brokers that are out there, or tell a broker I got a $100,000 house, and I can figure you in for your 3 or 4%. And see what you can do. You might be able to still squeeze $9,000 out of this deal on an option. But they got to bring somebody to the table that's like a landlord, or something like that. Somebody that's got cash,
somebody with cash,
fast. And let me tell you, there's a lot of cash buyers out there right now, even on the retail side. There's people right now have money sitting in 401ks and everything else, and they're afraid that they want to put the money into hard assets rather than have it sitting in cash right now, because you see what's happening. I mean, I went and I bought a hamburger, a small, medium fries, and a Coke the other day. It was $11.50. Holy shit, where are we going with this economy?
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
It's pretty nuts. Absolutely nuts. So,
okay.
But inflation is rearing its head in a very, very ugly way. So people want to take cash and put it into hard assets. Listen, right now, you're just getting started. Everything you can get your hands on, put under option. You stand nothing to lose and all to gain.
So what's the difference then between an option and a regular P&S?
P&S.
Purchase and sales.
Yeah.
You're looking at, it's basically, you're going to use option agreements for people that are very agreeable with you, that want to make a deal, and they're motivated. All right. I use contract and sale agreements, contracts to purchase, with people that just there's not a lot of give. So I might negotiate a longer period of time. I might say, listen, I need 90 days to close, or I need a bigger table to get this funding done. You want top dollar for this thing? I'll give you top dollar, but you got to give me some time. So, you could do that, or just, I'm only giving you 30 days. Screw it. Take the 30 days. And when you're out there on the 20th, 25th, you get the guy a call, say, hey, man, I got funding, but these guys are dragging their feet. I don't know what's going on, but I could show you some more time on this, but it's up to you. I'm using my time, my money, my experience,
right,
to try and sell your house.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not costing you anything. Up to you, bud. If you want to extend this another 45 days, don't say 30. You want to extend this another 45 or 60 days, I'm your guy. If not, that's okay. We can part friends and I'll move on to the next deal. But you're always doing them a favor, man. You never put yourself in a situation where you're begging.
Yeah.
Let me say something here.
In the contract, go, man.
This is we've got quite a few people here in the room, most with their cameras off, but I just want to say that right here, this is wisdom. Okay, this is wisdom. What he's sharing right there would take you 20 years to figure out on your own. But he just told us right now. So, wow, dude, I appreciate what you're sharing, and you've got the white hairs of experience, and I've got just
no hairs.
I've got just a few white hairs.
Yeah, well, I got 20 years on you. I found out today, so I got 20 years. Yeah, that's all right. It doesn't mean shit. I'm still banging. I'm still.
That means I got 20 years to catch up.
Just a number, babe. Just a number. You're in your peak earning years right now.
Oh, yeah. I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was growing up, my dad said to me, you got to make at least your age. So when I'm 21, 22, that was a few years ago. If you don't make at least your age, get out of the house. Go find something else to do. And then I turned 25. He says, you should be making 2-3 times your age. Holy shit. Are you kidding me? Now, this was 40 years ago, right? So, yeah, well, man, he was a tough guy. Whatever, it is what it is.
I tell myself I'm in the midsummer harvest of my life.
I think there's really good stuff coming down the pike for people in the real estate business. I turned on my Facebook this morning. I'll tell everybody, listen to this. And I'm on this thing pretty regularly. It's my regular, whatever you want to call it, a page or whatever it is. I got bombarded by real estate gurus. There must be 30 of them out there. And majority of these guys they don't want to sell you a course anymore. It's all coaching. And they want, call me and let's see if you qualify. Well, you qualify if you got money left on your credit card, I'm sure. So you automatically qualify. It's an amazing thing.
I got to change the rules to get in the club here then, if that's how it works.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, I couldn't believe it. They all got a pretty good line of shit, I got to tell you. But wow, you can tell they're not doing it. They're not out in the street. They're just selling their time. Anyways, okay, I divested. Who else we got on here? Oh, well, Mr. Cross, are you finished?
Yeah, no, I think that was well, actually, so how does property insurance go in a lease option assignment type of deal? Like
This,
for on the
this.
homeowner's end, he maintains the same insurance during all the way
He,
through,
he
yeah.
maintains a policy that's a tenant policy. If he's living in the house right now, all right, his homeowner's policy won't cover him renting the house out. So now
Yeah.
he goes and he transfers his policy over to a landlord tenant policy, and it's going to be cheaper because he has less liabilities. So hopefully the tenant that moves in goes and buys a tenant policy. I've got loads of rentals. I don't think I have one tenant with a rental policy, but it's the way it goes, man. It's just the way it is.
Okay.
You got that? Okay.
Yep.
Don't
Thank you.
worry about that stuff. Listen, forget about.
I had somebody ask me.
Okay, well, tell them. Well, their name stays on the deed, so they're gonna want to insure their risk with the property. Their risk
Yeah.
with the property changes from being a resident to being a tenant. I'm sorry, a landlord. All right.
Yeah.
So now, as a landlord, they move out, right? So now the insurance company is not responsible for the sulfurs and the vandalism to the house. I mean, if somebody steals their car in the driveway and the diamonds and gold that were in the trunk, it ain't happened. They take all that off the policy. So now they're being insured as a landlord. So and then the policy is usually not a lot cheaper, but it's cheaper, and it covers them. And you know something? If you come across properties where the property currently is insured and the person moved out and now the property is empty, when you get on the phone with that customer, everybody, when you're during that conversation, you should ask the customer, do you have vacant property insurance on this property? I said, what are you talking about? I said, well, your property is vacant and it's already known. It's already on the internet. It's already on, the proprietary websites that your insurance companies follow. And if they file and they find this house is empty, they're not going to tell you don't have insurance until you put a claim in. Now, if you got an empty property, a vacant house, and you haven't got their correct endorsements on the policy, you don't have insurance. There's something for you to swallow.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now that's with vacant houses. People carrying vacant houses, if they don't have the proper endorsements on their insurance, they got nothing, because anybody can break into that house and burn it down. And there's a much higher. When my properties are empty, I've got to flip the policies around. I got to change them.
Right, because they're
So,
going to charge more too.
they charge for it. It's about another third,
Yeah.
at least. Depends on where it is. My stuff in Alabama is about a third. My stuff in Florida is probably 25%. But it's on a month-to-month thing. As soon as I get somebody in and out the door, boom, I get somebody in the house. I make a phone call and I get the regular landlord policy back on it again. So
If you're savvy in this too, you're going to have your tenant buyer purchase tenant insurance or renter's insurance. And that will help cover things too a little bit. That'll cover their goods, like, their household items, like the jewelry and so on and so forth that he was talking about. They can insure that stuff as a renter. But then it'll also help cover things like if they, accidentally burn down the kitchen, or there's things that
if
cover.
the water heater bursts and they got water damage in the house, or somebody breaks a couple of windows, it's subject to a deductible, but like any other policy would be.
So so the owner is insuring the building and the exterior, right? And then the tenant is going to need to get insurance to cover the interior, basically. So, and that tenant insurance is cheap as hell. It's like probably $25, $30 a month for most houses. Okay. So it's like, you got to have it. Just get it. Like, I won't even do a lease with one that doesn't have it. And I want to know the policy number, right? Maybe even a proof of funds, or not a proof of funds, a proof of coverage, because, that's important. Because what happens if they're at home one night or they go out of town one weekend and somebody breaks in the joint, right? and busted
Doesn't
up.
that automatically happen?
Huh? Every
Doesn't that
single time. Every they stole the security system, ripped it off the wall,
Oh man.
took the cameras.
Listen, I had a car dealership years ago in New York City, and I had 275 feet of razor wire stolen off the fence. You know razor wire? Can you imagine the big circular stuff
Wow.
you use at the prisons?
Yeah.
275 feet of this shit. They actually cut it off the fence and stole it. That was a great neighborhood. Oh Lord.
Were they gonna sell it for
I don't know what they did with it, but I had put it up and it lasted about a week.
good grief?
Yeah, I wound up putting 2 lions in there, 2 giant Rottweilers. Whoa.
That's
Just
like some that's like some serial killery stuff.
Yeah, it's a wild place, man. New York's a wild place. Is what it is. All right. And Mr. Cross, anything else, sir? Come on. Hit us with something. Stars here.
I got a bunch, but I just can't think of anything. You know, this is what came up today, and I just wanted to ask him.
I just want to know what size those tires are behind you there. That's what I'm looking for, a set of tires for my car.
Yeah, it's a messy office.
That's all right, man. That's all right. I'm working out of a bedroom. So I just closed down my office and moved it out. I'm trying to consolidate and I'm building out new space. So right now we're working out a house, and that's not so bad. Not so bad at all. All right, Mr. Cross, congrats. You made the you got the light up award there last week. You were doing pretty well, I think, right? You were on with us last. Was that you, sir?
Yeah, that was me. Yep. Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Congrats. Keep going, man. Keep hitting that ball. And listen, just get him on contract. Don't worry about it. Bring him here. We'll help you get rid of him. Just go contract with everybody. Give them what they want. Give them what they want. You can always go back and try and change the deal. And if you can't,
okay,
you miss. So you know what? If you write a contract today, let's just be real optimistic. You write a contract today. The end of the week, you work a 5-day week. You got 5 contracts. You got 20 contracts by the end of the month. If you can't put 3 or 4 of those together without even trying, you're doing something wrong. Because you'll start advertising for people, and all of a sudden, you've got inventory. Your inventory is just paper, but your inventory are these properties. So you'll do well, man, because people you'll build a following up for being able to get these properties and flip them, and they're off the market. So
yeah,
come on, man, hit that ball, hit it over the fence. All right.
Yeah,
Lots of buyers out there. It's a great opportunity right now. They're falling out of the sky. There's a plethora of buyers.
I got homes in Fort Myers. An investor calls me up last week. He's going to put his property up for sale. 179. Would I have any interest in it? This is it sounds like a lot of money. He sold it for $280,000 over the weekend. Almost $101,000 over what the broker said he was going to get for it. And he said, Steve, they were fighting over it. Is that crazy or what?
Did you cry? Did you cry a little bit?
Oh, hell no. I didn't want it. I don't believe it's going to close, but let's see what happens. You know,
wow.
I don't know. We'll see. $101,000 more on
a crazy world.
On a cheap house. Yeah. All right. So who else we got swinging about there tonight? We got who else has got something to bring to the deals table? Or questions or comments? Don't be shy.
I have a comment.
Shoot. What's going on, man?
Hey, man. Hey, how's it going? Hey,
all right.
Good. So it's that house I have in Melbourne, right? In Melbourne, Florida. You just talked about the insurance. My renters don't have insurance. However, I do have a home warranty, which that's another story. I'm not really happy with.
That's nothing to do with the other.
Right, I know.
Your landlord, your lease option. No, did you buy this or did you lease option?
It's a long lease option, 7 years.
Okay, your homeowner has to have an owner landlord tenant policy, an OLT policy.
That's what I need to talk to her about, because I don't think it's an FHA loan. I don't think she ever changed that.
The loan doesn't matter. They got it. She's not gonna change companies and all, but she's got to change the type of insurance she's got on. Because right now she don't have coverage.
if she can save money, then she'll do it. I need to mention that.
Well,
to her.
yeah, but even if it costs her more, she's not insured right now.
I gotcha. Huh.
When you call it, if there's a problem,
Yeah.
and these cutthroats come into the market and they start looking around, the first thing an insurance company tries to do is to avoid the liability. So, boy, can I tell you about that.
Yeah.
So, but they run for the hills as soon as they find something that is the least bit questionable. Forget about it. You're out of luck. So.
But she's pretty savvy, so she may have already done it. But you know what? This just brought up the point that I'll talk to her tomorrow and see if she's already done that.
Worth the phone call. Are you going to buy this damn house or what? Every time I see you, we're talking about this thing.
Well, right now I told you it's an income. You know? Yeah. So it's all right. I'm just riding it for a little bit.
I wouldn't even be in a hurry.
What's that?
I wouldn't be in a hurry to buy that.
Okay.
Because you know what? If a year and a half, 2 years down the road comes and this property is worth $40,000 less, you know what I mean? Hey, then it's worth $40,000 less, and maybe you get a better deal on it.
Right.
I think you're buying it. I think anybody buys something right now is just at the top of the market. We're just starting to go over the edge a little bit.
Yeah.
Demand for mortgages starting to back off a little bit. Lenders are starting to tighten the screws a little bit more. So as that happens, and you're going to see interest rates start to climb a little bit, all of a sudden that house is not so affordable as it was before. So it is what it is.
All of a sudden, the whole world starts needing people just like you and me.
Oh, boy.
Oh, good.
Cash is king. Put the cash away. Cash is king. Start gathering up all your private money, guys. Listen, I'm not looking for money right now, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to have opportunities for you to cash in and make some real good interest on your money, real good returns. Don't give them equity. Just give them straight interest. That's what I do. And, man, oh, man, oh, man. It's going to be heavenly, I think.
I think so, too.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a lot sooner than people think. Our president just kicked the can down the road another month with this, with the foreclosures, I heard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the longer he kicks it, the harder it's going to be. When that thing hits the ground, when that thud hits, holy shit, is it going to be loud? Let me tell you. So, especially if you're in non-judicial states where they can really flip these foreclosures fast, So, okay, what else we got here tonight?
Steve, what's going on these? How do these banks, when people are giving all this money for houses more than what, 100, 200,000, how do they get them appraised?
Well, it's the same licensed appraisers. I think everybody's got to be appraised. Everybody's got to be licensed or federal or FHA approved. I don't know how that works, but
unless they're paying cash.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, but he's talking about through the banks. How are the banks swallowing these deals being so over the market? The thing is, supply and demand. If supply is way down and demand is high, you're gonna create a higher volume, a higher price. Supply and demand. So right now the banks are saying, well, this is really kind of crazy. My brother works for a hedge fund. Him and I were talking over the weekend. And he says it's the unrealistic exuberance. That's what. So, yeah. So
Right.
when someone comes in and when an appraiser comes in and appraises all these properties, they're comparing it with sales that have happened in the very, very recent area, very, very recent time. Same type of square footage, same yards, same. Quality of home as far as redone kitchen, roof, whatever it is. If they have comparables, that's the number. They can't take out a Ouija board or a crystal ball and tell you where the market's going to be 6 months from now. I had a real estate broker tell me last week or 2 weeks ago that the area that I invested in Florida has gone up 7% in 1 month. I asked her, what kind of crack are you taking? What kind of, this is going to keep going. You haven't seen anything yet. I go, yeah, right. So a home that was selling for $125,000 a year ago is selling for $350 now. You're telling me?
Oh,
Oh well, come on, give me a break. I mean, this is just crazy. You know what? You had the same crap. How long ago?
boy.
Yeah.
You had the same crap. My brother moved to Florida. He was in Sarasota, and he's at a brand new. They were building these brand new development up, and he's standing there. He says, "Steve, I'm standing here online to get inside and buy this lot. I'm online just to talk to a realtor." And he says, "There's people that are buying these contracts 3 and 4 at a time." But what happened 2 years later? 2 years later, half the damn development was abandoned, was in foreclosure. They walked away. Half the development.
Wow.
Yeah. And then over the next couple of years, even more of them went out. So, yeah. But my brother was upside down probably $100,000 in a house that he bought. And he finally got out of it. But, after living there for years, watch. A lot of the same characteristics with greed are happening now. They're happening now. The banks aren't. The difference is the banks aren't just throwing money at everybody, but people that can afford it are going out and signing on these 2, 3, 1.5% mortgages, and they're able to get a lot more bang for the buck. But it ain't going to last forever. Okay, Larry, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, you did, Steve. Thanks.
You betcha, bud. Who else we got? Any more questions? Come on, don't be shy.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
There's the man.
Good.
Hey, I got a quick question.
Shoot.
I keep spinning wheels with these title companies out here in California. I mean, they just like one example. I watched one of the training videos of Justin about the earnest money dealing with double closing. And he said $500. I had these title companies out here, man. They $3,500, $2,800 earnest money. That's just from the seller side. And then another thing, I'm getting the attitude, the haterism, the mannerism, and it's just nasty and mean, man. I mean, should I go to another state that's user friendly with what we do? I mean, gosh, man, it's just. One woman, when I was on the phone, it's like she could spit acid at me. She was so, evil.
Let me ask you something. When you negotiate your deal, you're not negotiating your deal with the title company.
No.
Okay, so you're negotiating your
I'm just
deal.
trying to line a company I can do business with. I don't want to have to get a deal and then try to find a title company. That's what I'm basically trying to do.
So if you're negotiating a deal like everybody else does directly with the buyer, what you guys decide is what you guys decide. Now, I would go to the local RIA and start looking for title companies that are investor friendly.
Okay.
That's what I would do. All right, and I would talk to other investors if you know some in the area, and ask them who they use for their title companies.
A lot of times you can do that right on Facebook.
Yeah.
If you go to a local group, a real estate group, there might be a local real estate group on Facebook. And sometimes in their announcements, they even have, or in some of their posts, they'll have title company people. And those are investor friendly because it's right there on the investor friendly website.
Okay.
If you're looking at big national title companies, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
It's the mom and pop stores that need your business.
Okay.
Because they're going to get paid. If your deal closes, whether they collect $10 down or they collect $10,000 down, if it closes, it closes. That's the deal. So you need to find companies that are title friendly for investors. Title company friendly. So
I have one more question. Now, I know that there's earnest money on the buyer side. What about the seller? Do I have to? When you do a double closing, do you have to have earnest money on both sides?
Hey, go find the deal. Don't worry about it. Stop thinking about it. You got any deals right now? You got any contracts?
No, man. I've been spinning my wheels.
I
just now got a work schedule where I can actually do the business instead of working graveyard. So
Great.
on it. Yeah. Listen, you're putting the carriage before the horse.
Okay.
Stop worrying. Go get
Okay.
some contracts. Go get some options. You don't need a title company.
Okay. Okay.
You know, put a house
'Cause I
under
was thinking about start off with the lease options so I can build up some capital and then kind of
you can do options, you can do lease options, you can do contracts to purchase. You do contracts to purchase with people. My theory is you do contracts to purchase with people that aren't as agreeable and not as amiable. All right. Where their motivation level they're not whatever. They're not easy. You do lease options or options with people that are agreeable.
Okay. Well,
And the people that are agreeable don't give a rat's ass if you're going to solve their problem, whether you put $100 down or you put $100,000 down. It doesn't matter. So listen, what's more important? If I don't close this deal, no matter what I put down, I'm going to get it back anyway. And I'm not going to put $10,000 down on every deal I come across I go in contract with because I'll be broke in 3 months. I can't do business. I can't do business that way. All right. So listen,
okay.
what you got to do. Step one, go get some contracts.
All right.
Give the people what they want. You can always change the deal. Or just, it didn't work out. I'm real sorry. And you'd be surprised how all of a sudden, I always say, if you're going to put a deal under option or you're going to put a deal under consideration on a purchase, you haven't finished negotiating that until you close it.
Okay. All right.
So if I can't put a deal together, and I'll be honest with you, hey, listen, the market's not there. I can't get funding for this thing. You drop the price, $30,000, $40,000, whatever it is, and give me another 60 days. I'll take another shot with it. But look, I'm using all my money. I'm using all my time, all my experience. And like, what the hell was his name? Legrand when I went to a training at Legrand, he said that he told the class, right? You know who Ron Legrand is? It's a big guru, right?
Yeah.
He says, when I go to sleep at night, I'm thinking about your house. When I'm sitting in church on Sunday, I'm thinking about your house. When I'm having sex with my wife, I'm thinking about your house.
Oh,
So he says, look, your house is always on my mind. He says, show me somebody else that's willing to do that. So, sir, if you don't think you can give me 45 days more to try and get this thing done, then maybe we should part friends and I'll move on to the next deal because there's no shortage of deals. What does he like to do next? Bingo.
good.
Go get some contracts. Don't worry about double closing. Don't worry about title companies. Don't worry about any of that shit. Go get some contracts.
Okay.
Then bring
All
it
right.
back. Then bring it to the deal lab or here on Monday night, or bring it down during the classes that we have on during the day in the mornings. With Justin, and bring it. It doesn't matter if you got something that's hot and ready to go. Boom, bring it in, and we'll help you put a deal together.
Cool. Thanks.
Let me share something here that might be helpful too. Unless you're probably making an offer on a bank-owned property, you probably aren't in this business making offers on MLS properties where a realtor would be a listing realtor with the property under agreement, and then they would be demanding a certain amount of earnest money from you to contract the deal. So
Okay.
we're probably not dealing with those types of transactions so much. We're going direct to homeowner, dealing with for sale by owners, and it eliminates those preconceived ideas from a realtor of what earnest money should or should not be. You can negotiate whatever you want or need. Now, when a homeowner comes to me and says, "Hey, earnest money, you put down here $100, but I'm going to need that to be $5,000."
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I tell them. I say, no, you know what? I completely get what you're saying here. I am about to give you the whole amount on this deal here. So just in a few days, I'm going to give you the whole amount. So I'm not sure why this is so important to you. Can you explain to me why you feel like you need the money? Let them exhaust themselves a little bit on why they need $5,000 right now when you're about to give them the whole amount here in 30 days or whatever. Okay. And after they get done doing that, I'll say something like this. Well, I do understand where you're coming from. However, I this place would rent for $1,500 a month, and I've got it tied up here for 30 days with you. So I would be willing to give you what it's worth to rent it for a month, but I'm not going to pay more for the house and to tie it up for a month than what it's worth. So if I can change the agreement to read 1,500, is this a deal that we can move forward with, or is this over?
Those
Okay.
are some good nuggets.
Okay, just a thought.
All right.
Good nuggets. Everybody should have wrote that down.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. Yeah, man. Who-ah. Yeah. Okay. Obi-Wan. All right.
Charlene Priest style.
Yeah. Listen. Come on next Monday night. I want to hear about contracts.
Okay.
I don't care. Just give them what they want. Just get the damn contract and bring it in. Get the contract, bring it. You can always go back and renegotiate. Bring the damn contract in.
Hey,
and if you
Steve.
want, just play around with some options with some people for the time being.
Okay. All right.
Man? All right.
Thanks.
Hey, jump in anytime, man. Thanks for coming. Don't leave until you have a beer. It's on me. Don't worry.
I'll take a coffee. I don't drink alcohol, so I'm a coffee connoisseur. I like
There's
some
your
good
problem.
Colombian coffee.
There you go. All right. I think we had Mag on here right now. Mag.
What's up?
Hey,
What's
it's
up,
all
Steve?
about you. What's up, man? What can I do for you?
Yeah, the deal, I think it's gonna be over, the deal in Alabama. I exhausted all my contacts there. It's it's a rural place, so very tough to I had actually a showing, but unfortunately the person didn't show up. I went back and forth with the realtor. Now I have another realtor that wants to do a showing on Wednesday. But the guy doesn't want me to doesn't want to deal with me anymore.
Is
I
there a
think
lockbox on the house?
no, he actually opens the house, the owner.
So how many people have you had go over and look at the house? One?
No, I've had a couple of realtors schedule meetings to go there, but they never showed up. People never showed up there because one lady was skeptical because I was gonna sign the deal to her. She didn't like the idea, and the realtor had to disclose that because of the whole, he's a realtor and he's gotta obey by the rules, right? So he gotta disclose that. So she didn't like the idea that I was assigning the deal.
How much more time you got left on your contract?
3 more days, I think.
And the guy, you haven't talked to this guy about an extension. You're just throwing your hands up in the air.
I did, and he didn't agree. He just sent me a text, "Hey, I'm not gonna extend it," because what happened is, and might be a question for Justin as well here. So when we go into a contract, we go right saying that we're gonna buy this property. So when I went into this contract with this guy, I said, I was gonna be the primary buyer, but my intention was to assign the deal. So when I actually told him, look, I might be able to send my funders there, he thought that I was actually going to send inspections, right? My 15-day inspection period. He thought that I was actually going to buy the property. No, he got a little bit pissed off about that.
He didn't understand. He didn't understand. You didn't explain to him the way this whole thing's going to go.
All right.
That's all right. Listen, it's okay. That's all right.
How I should have done it from the get-go then, when something like that happened, because so this way we don't miss the expectations.
Okay, well, that's all part of what Justin trains on during the week in the mornings. So get on there and ask that question. Tell him this deal's falling apart for that reason. All right, because if we go into this thing now, it's gonna turn into a half an hour discussion. So the best thing you can do, if this guy says, listen, you know what, I'd still pick up the phone with him. I'd say, look, I think I can really do something great with this house. But you know what? We're fighting a lot of things here with the price on the market, with what's going on with the weather, with these realtors that are out of their minds, right? I talked to some people, and I'm not going to move into this house. I'm an investor. So, I mean, I might keep the property and rent it out. If I can get outside funding to put the deal together, they're going to give me market value. And if I'm $20,000 short, it means the market value is $20,000 short of your purchase price. So, but you know what? And it takes these guys sometimes 45 to 50 days to put a deal together. I got it out to my funders. But right now, with everything that's going on in this crazy market with interest rates and all, a lot of these guys are all bamboo. They're working really, really hard. There's not enough hours in the day. But you know what? That's okay. If you think you can move this on your own, maybe we should part friends. And I understand that. And I'll just go on to the next deal. I'm sure there's plenty of homes in Alabama that people would like to sell. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Holy Hannah.
Now, I put $100, held on escrow in this property. I try to, I send him
Who's holding the money? Where's the money?
a title company.
Okay, so you call a title company up, and if he says no, they just send him an email. Sorry, it didn't work out. Please refund, and they'll wait for confirmation from your other, from the seller, and you get your money back.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to get him to sign a letter, a cancellation letter, but he's not even.
Well, if you're already at that part with trying to get a cancellation letter done, then having a conversation with this guy about keeping the door open for another 60 days is a waste of time. So
No, yeah. He already told me that he wants to move the property on his own. So I was like, okay. So I guess it's over.
Okay, so just send an email or a letter. You're gonna send a letter, certified letter to the title company. It's
Okay.
$100. It's $100. I get somebody's name there. I'd send an email to them, and I'd follow it up with a phone call and make sure they got it. And just say, this was the name of, this is the account number, this is where the property is, this is the seller, I'm the buyer, didn't work out, didn't sell it. He doesn't want to exercise any. I put in there that the seller is not willing to do anything as far as an extension. Therefore, you're canceling the agreement. Please refund the cash within the next 5 business days. Thank you. And you can even give me your account number. Maybe it'll ACH the money direct to your account instead of cutting you a check.
Gotcha.
That's what I would do.
Quick question. Was the guy that went and looked at the deal, the buyer, was he an investor or just like a retail buyer? Just curious.
That I sent there?
Yeah.
No, I was dealing with the agent, and the agent was found a retail buyer.
Oh, okay.
And she didn't like the fact, there was in a mix like that.
Well,
Like
don't be surprised that they go around you and they come back and buy the property.
Yeah.
A lot of lowlifes out there.
Yeah.
A lot of lowlifes. But when you're off the contract, you're off the contract. So the way it goes. All right, man. What else you got, man?
I got a question for you. Another question about what's his name? Ionati.
Yep.
So this system that he has, the CAT systems, right?
Yep.
It's all about finding funders, right? The way he does is that's what it is. What is that?
Funders could be anybody. You could be a funder.
Right.
I could be a funder. All right. Anybody or anyone that brings money to the table. Can be a bank, can be someone giving you private money, could be a hard money guy.
Yeah.
Could be someone you're going to assign the contract to, and all of a sudden they're bringing money to the table to close. It does, whatever it is, it's unlimited. It's up to your imagination. All the guy's got to know is you're going to work your tail off to make something happen and get this guy out of this problem and get him the money for the house.
Okay, so that's the whole system of CATs, right?
No, there's a lot more. There's a lot more to it than that.
Okay.
But there's a lot more to it than that. Yeah. If I might have him on in another couple of weeks or so to do a follow up. We'll see.
Okay.
You see, he has a program that he sells, and he built it. I know the guy personally. He built it up from square one, and was offered a pretty much obscene amount of money by a guru to take the thing over. And he decided, you know what? I'm not selling it. I'm just going to stay the course and do what he's doing. And his system is a forever type, what do they call it? Evergreen, Evernote, whatever the hell it is online. Because he's always adding and changing things on his program. So if you buy his program, it's forever. So you've got access to his program forever. whatever changes, whatever changes in the market, it's a good deal. I'm going to his training in October, I believe it is. I was going to the one in July, and he canceled it. So, yep. So maybe I'll see you down there. You never know.
All right. So there's a lot more into. Okay. But it's one of the systems, this funder stuff.
Well, that's just what they call it. All right?
Okay.
He shows you ways to do double closings are out the window. He doesn't double close with anybody. It doesn't matter how much the money is. All right. There's ways around doing things that people that have been in the game for a long, long time sit down and they talk with their own gurus. They talk with real estate attorneys. See, he's like a sponge, him and his wife, Stephanie. And they listen and they go, he spent a lot of money on his real estate education. Holy shit. I mean, he's got one bedroom in his house just full of books and catalogs and everything else, so yeah, he spent a lot of money. So like everybody else, so did I.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about how much money I spent, but whatever, it is what it is. Money well spent, So what else, Meg?
That's it from my side. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you, man.
No problem, bud. No problem. What else we got? Anybody else? I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? It is 9:53 Eastern time. All right.
Claude Diamond recommended a book that he really loves on real estate this morning in his VIP, and I went and checked it out, and it was $906.
Oh, that's the one with Marty Suggs, the guy Suggs.
Yeah. So it'll be here like on the 18th, I think it said.
I've got a copy of that in PDF, I think. I really do. I think I got a copy of that on PDF.
Well.
Yeah, I got to look for it.
Half of the money, right?
Yeah, you do. You got to look for that.
I'm officially off of mute.
There you go. Well, if I got a copy of it, I'll let you know. After I get my computer cleaned by my computer guy tomorrow. I'm not even going to turn this thing on until we find out what the hell's going on with it. So that's spooky, man. You hear people talking in the background. Guy starts coughing. What the hell is this? Yeah. All right. Who else is up?
Justin, you didn't really order that $900 book, did you?
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, imagine
two copies.
No, I just got one, but it's on the way. Hardback, I think. All that. Man, it's supposedly really, 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 really good.
Yeah. I bet.
That's the one. The cover of it had like a broken down mobile home sitting on its side or something. Had a flat tire or something.
Yeah,
that was one of them. Marty Suggs, something like that.
Investing in Debt, Jimmy Napier.
Yeah.
Here's what I do, guys, and maybe you can implement a strategy like this. It's an investment. Okay, you buy a book or a course like that, you devour it, you steal from it, you photocopy the hell out of it or whatever you need to do, and then you put it back on the market for sale.
Oh, jeez.
You get the money back, and then you go buy another. That's
you get
what
a visit
I do.
from the Justice Department for antitrust, but that's okay.
I don't know. I mean,
not on a $1,200 book, but that's all right. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why.
Are you recording this? Oh,
that's why they invented eBay.
There you go.
They call that. I call that tech pimping. you tech pimping.
Tech pimping. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's course flipping. That's course flipping. Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Exactly. If you can flip houses, you can flip courses. You can flip anything.
There was a guy years ago out of Arizona that was selling equity participation deals. He had a sign in his office, I hate renters. But he'd actually go out and he'd do a deal on a house, however he'd buy it, and he'd buy it really, really right. Then he'd bring people in and he'd sell them equity participation in the house, and he'd maintain part of it, and they'd maintain part of it. I got the catalog. I moved out of my office. I found this carton, and it was his stuff. It's probably from 25 years ago. But he really thought it out when he was doing it. Who the hell knows anything about doing equity participation deals? You don't even hear about it anymore. But that was something intriguing. Just another way, another something outside the box. You know, you brought somebody on a while back that was doing home remodeling, and then raising the value of the property, and it's splitting it like an equity participation, something sort of that.
Yeah.
You know,
Fix and list.
Fix and list.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he's doing pretty well, that guy.
In fact, Monday next week at my VIP session, Michael Batista will be there from Automated REI, and he's got a new thing that he's done 14 of, I think, in the last 3 months. And it's what he calls the lease flip. It's like a lease option. It's a lease option flip. I don't know. I'll let him explain it. But, again, creative real estate. He just got creative and solved a problem. He's making money for it. So can't throw rocks at that,
Lease option flip. What's the difference? It's just deciding.
Well, he's the nutshell of it is I don't want to try to get in too deep with it, but he's buying houses, lease optioning them to the tenant buyer they do the repairs. Okay. So these are ugly houses. They do repairs, all that. So there's some interesting things going on there, and he's making nice spreads. It's pretty interesting how he's got it put together. I got a question, Coach Steve.
Yeah.
A couple different times lately, I've been on the phone with homeowners, and turns out that it's a landlord that owns a property and they want to liquidate their inventory. This is the last one, or this is the first one they want to sell first. And so they're scared of the capital gains tax. And so they're willing to consider an owner finance scenario. Perfect for me. Unfortunately, in both scenarios, I couldn't make the cash flow work on a month-to-month deal like that, installment sale, because the amount that he wants to be paid every month is like I'm property managing the place for, you know what I'm saying?
Well, what do you want to do? Are you looking for equity? Long term?
Yeah. And that's another issue is they want too much cash. I mean, they don't want cash so much as they want full price practically or close.
Right.
Okay. So again, not a motivated seller. And that is probably the hinge pin of the whole thing here is they're not that motivated. However, my thought is I'm learning as I'm finding these that aren't motivated. When I do run across one that I can talk on price and I can talk on cash flow, which is really a problem on these deals. Like, for example, he wants $1,250 a month, and I could probably rent the place for $1,400. You know what I mean? So, not a good scenario.
But for that $150, would you be happy if you could make that without having? Would you be happy with that just to get this asset long term?
I'd be happy. I'd be really happy if it was $450 or if it was even $300. I'd feel better. But see, this is getting skinny, so I'm passing on these kinds of things because I don't feel like there's enough meat on the bone. However, I kick myself a little bit because I'm like, well, but there is kind of a deal there in a way.
All right, let's do one. Give me some numbers. Do you recall one?
Say what? Yeah. All right. So we have a rental property that's a landlord owned deal. He's trying to sell it. It's worth $135,000. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
He wants to get 120 out of it. I think he probably do 115. All right.
Okay.
So kind of greedy a little bit here.
Okay.
And then the payment, I can't recall the payment, but it was within like $150, $200 of what I could get monthly for it from a tenant. Okay. And I'd like to add these to my portfolio if I could.
Good.
Okay, but
what's the property going to rent for? What do you think it's going to rent for?
The property's probably going to rent for $1,200 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to
and I think he's wanting $950 a month. So it's kind of skinny. It's $250, I guess, on that one.
Okay, so $1,200 is going to rent for. What kind of profit you want per month? You happy with $400?
I'd be happy with $400 or $500. I just feel like if I'm going to get in okay, if I put a tenant in there, I'm assuming liabilities.
Sure.
So I don't want to make $150 a month because that you blow that away, kiss it goodbye in any incident.
Absolutely. So I start, when I look at these deals, I start at the $1,200 that it's going to rent for. I back out my profit. Let's say you want to make $400. That leaves $800 on the table. All right. Out of the $800, he's got to pay. You're going to be looking at. Are you buying this? Are you going to lease option it? What are you going to buy?
No, I would like to pick this up as an owner finance, like a
Okay.
seller carryback type scenario.
So let's say we got I don't know, $150 a month in taxes and insurance.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Probably.
So let's take $150 away. Okay. And are you going to self-manage it? Or are you going to have somebody come in and manage it?
I don't want to manage it myself.
Okay. So what are they getting you, market? 10%?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to take another $120 off. Okay. So I would take these numbers. You got a calculator there?
Yeah.
All right. Take $1,200.
All right.
Take away your $400 profit.
Okay.
Take away the $150 for taxes and insurance.
All right.
Take away $120 for your management company.
Okay.
Now we're not putting any money into reserve on this. Let's just see what's left over. What do you got? What's the net?
$530.
So that's you're going to offer the guy $500 a month.
Yeah.
Hold on. Does he want any money down?
Yeah, but I think he'll work with me somewhere around 10K. I don't know. That's
so
not a lot.
Let's say you give him $10,000 down and $500 a month. Now remember, his $500, the money he's collecting now, he's eating the management. He's got to pay taxes and insurance on. So that's another almost $350 on top of the $5. So now you're back up to $8.
Yeah.
All right. So now we did this deal. I'd say if you wanted to give him, I give him, say you offered him $5,000 down, right? And you gave him $500 a month. Now you gave him $600 a month. Give him $6,000. $5,000 down, $600 a month, and the whole $600 comes off the selling price of $125,000 or $130,000. It doesn't make any difference, right?
Okay, so he gets more money.
Or you give him $10,000 down. You give him $500 a month, right? And you're going to make the sale price $115,000 and a balloon payment in 10 years.
Maybe I start out there and then default negotiate up to those other options.
Yeah, you can go up, you can go down. Now, if you figure, if you give the guy $500 a month, you divide that into your price, your sales price. You're gonna, even if you give him the 10 grand down, and you had a sale price of 115, so you're financing 105 divided by 500, and that's how many months you're gonna go out. You want to give him a 10-year balloon? Give him a 10-year balloon. Give him what he wants. Just let him wait for the money. Who cares? You can always refi it.
Would I be willing to do 5 or 6% interest if he demanded
no
it?
interest? I don't even bring interest into the game. He wants interest, then we're gonna stop. I'll give you interest. But my offer is gonna be weaker.
Yeah.
You want interest, or you want a sale price? You want to pay interest? You want to pay taxes on interest, or would you rather pay long-term capital gains on the dollars? I'd rather give you more money for the house than pay you interest. But I'll give you anything you want.
Because interest is going to eat into my cash flow again. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying you do it my way. Everything goes towards the principal on the property.
Yeah.
Every dollar. If you want something, say, all right, I'll tell you what. We'll start off at 0% interest. In 5 years, I'll give you 3%. And in 7 years, I'll give you 5%. And then in 10 years, it balloons out.
Yeah.
Because what happens in the first 5 years, you're paying this guy $500 a month, and it's all coming right off. It's all coming right off the right off the principal. All right.
I can refi that real easy then, huh?
So yeah, I'm telling you. So I mean, you'll be in the driver's seat. Use the guy, because the guy, if you can solve his problem, say, listen, I'll show you. You want 850, 900. If I give you 5, it's the same damn number. You're not paying the taxes and the insurance. You're not managing the property anymore. We're not even talking about reserves. I'm taking this on my shoulders. So I'd start at 5. I could probably keep that number between $500 and $600, and you'll cash flow $400 or $500 a month.
Okay, gotcha. Makes sense. Thank you, Coach Steve.
No problem, man.
Yeah.
When you understand how this works, you
Yeah.
become dangerous.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, man.
I like it. See, that's my goal.
You know, another thing is, let's say this guy wanted $200,000 for this house.
Wow.
Let's just say you wanted $200,000 for the house. So
Well, hell,
I'll give you 200,000. It's all in the terms. Remember, it's all in the terms, right?
Yeah.
So listen, I'll give you $3,000 down, and I'll give you $400 or $500 a month for the first 15 years. And on the balance of the 15 years, we'll sit down. It's at 15 years, and on the 15th year, we'll turn around and we'll balloon it out.
Yeah.
That's at $200,000. All right.
Yeah.
Make the term go all the way out. You might not even balloon it. I said, listen, I'll give you $500 a month until it's paid off. I'll give you $200,000, but you got to give me terms.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a guy told me he's got a $10 million house in Malibu, California. Beautiful home. He just made this up, right? And he says that I want to sell it. Would you be interested in buying it? Oh, sure. Well, I don't know if I can get a mortgage for $10 million. He says, well, I'm willing to sell or finance it. I'm willing to take terms. Really? What'll it rent for? Oh, it'll rent for $5,000 a month. Really? $5,000 a month? He says, but I'll sell it to you on seller financing. $10 million house. Really? Would you like to live in a $10 million house for $2,000 a month? Sure.
Shit, yes.
You'll never pay it off, you know? But it's all in terms. It's all the terms.
That's cool. Who cares? Who
It's all
cares
the
if you ever
terms.
pay it off?
Coach
Right.
Steve is on fire today.
It's all, no, man. It's just fun. It's just fun.
Somebody told me they don't care if it's $1 million, you know, or $10 million. Hell, make it $100 million as long as I can pay you $20 a month.
That's all. What's that? Don't worry. Doesn't matter, right?
Right.
You know, your price, my terms. Your terms, my price. Whatever. That's the way it works. Got any questions online? Anybody online got any questions? We just lost you there, but we just lost you. I don't hear you.
Everybody must be hungover from Independence Day because it's kind of quiet in the chat room tonight. And
That's okay. That's all right.
it was that way for me earlier today, too.
Yeah, well, it's
Rick
one night a week. Simple.
Rick just lit up the sky. He turned on his camera.
It's because I fixed my hair.
Yeah, me too.
It's California. Vaughn knows all about it, man. We just chill all day.
Yeah, right. See, well, guys live on sunshine.
Yeah, man.
He lives on sunshine out there. Wow.
He's in
Where
San
you at?
Diego. I'm in LA. About
Oh, okay.
20 miles north of LA. Yeah. Kind of a little bit out of the hectic craziness.
Right
but close
on.
enough.
Yeah, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
man.
So it's
Yeah,
like
the Dodgers are doing good.
Yeah, there you go. What about Rashik? Is he still here?
I guess he bailed. I saw Vernon here too for a minute, but I guess he had to bail for some reason. So
He was talking about doing deals in California. Is he in California?
Vernon?
know.
Rashik, yeah,
He
Yeah.
is. Okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. He's experiencing the California craze right now. That's what it sounds
Is he
like.
in the group?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll have to hit him up a little bit.
Yeah, reach out to him and give him a little sympathy, love.
Are you in the group, Vaughn? The Facebook group?
No, I'm not. I'm not really a Facebook guy. Maybe I should make one.
Gotcha. No, I was just
Yeah.
curious. So,
Thank you.
I mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of calls going on, so you really don't need to be in the Facebook group. If you can plug into the calls, I mean,
Yeah,
they're happening all the time. So it's just another method of communication. That's all. So
I would like to get rid of the Facebook group, but we need something. But Facebook, I don't know. I'm starting to hate
Yeah.
Facebook, you know, myself.
yeah, it's a connection point, man. So
Yeah.
boom.
It's
Gotcha.
just a place for the Russians to watch us, right?
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
that's probably where it all started for you, Steve.
What a lot of shit, man. What a lot of shit. All right. So we're here. Anybody else got anything to contribute? Questions, deals?
I have a theory question, Steve.
Yeah.
So what, like, how exactly do you mean? You mentioned last week and a little bit today, like you think pretty shortly here the market's going to turn into, you think a buyer's market, or how exactly do you mean that we're going to be more desirable, as far as the sellers?
When there's when there's a lackluster economy, when banks stop financing or slow things down, when an economy comes to a screeching halt, when there's higher unemployment, when interest rates rise, when the cost of properties is starts to get stagnant, when you've got your lots and lots of properties on the market for sale, demand starts to drop. You know, when your time on the market starts climbing up higher and higher because demand starts to drop and there's more inventory to look at. Foreclosures are going to be a big thing in the next probably at least couple of years. You got 30% plus. Now, I'm going back 3 months ago. 30% of all the mortgages in the United States were in some form of default. 30%. That's a lot. That's huge, right? Even if the president goes ahead and says, and this is an option that they've got, they can take all these government-backed mortgages and say, you know what? Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take all the principal and all the interest that's due on these, and I'm going to sign an executive order, however this works. I don't know. I'm spitballing here for a second. But they take all this money that someone would be in default on their home, and they put it on the back end. They let the guy either refinance it on the back end, or it comes due when the person's mortgage, it's a final payment. But that only puts some of the fire out. But the biggest problem's going to be, I think, are states where you have high taxes and high insurance, because a lot of these people haven't made escrow payments in 18 months. So you take a state like New York or New Jersey or even California, probably, where you have high real estate taxes, and you say, well, Mr. Customer, in order for you to reinstate your forbearance, reinstate your mortgage, the president's been good enough to take all this and put it all on the back of the mortgage. And this is only federally backed mortgages. This doesn't count on banks that are portfolio banks, portfolio lenders. In other words, they loan out their own money and they collect their own money for their portfolio of loans. They're exempt from all this. They can do whatever they want to do, all right? So now you've got properties that people have to make up that escrow on, and that's due along with whatever they decide they're going to collect on payments. So let me ask you, how many people you think are going to be able to do that? Pay 18 months worth of escrow in one shot and resume their mortgage payments. They're probably going to want to collect at least 3 months up front. What do you think?
Wow.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Right now, we're probably somewhere around 16 to 18 months into this thing, I think, if my math is right. So if they kicks the can down the road, I think he's going to do it till January. I really do. Wouldn't be surprised. I don't think the president's going to let this whole thing collapse on his first year in office. And it's all politics, but that's my idea. So if they do that, this is only going to manifest and get a lot worse.
Yeah.
You know. So what do you think? Think there might be a buyer's market coming?
Yeah.
Huge opportunity for the creative investor. Huge.
You're going to be out there. I'll be out there taking over existing mortgages, or short sales will start getting busy. I don't get involved with short sales, but you know, all these homes that got sold in the last 3, 4, 5 years all had low interest rate mortgages, and I love any situation where you can pick up a property and finance it, take over some financing, and you cure the problem with the mortgage. You bring the account current, lease option the property for a year, turn it around, sell it with the financing in place, wrap the mortgage, and you got mailbox money showing up on the first of every month. It's a beautiful thing.
Hashtag free houses.
No, they're not free. You're gonna pay your ass off, but people say, "Oh, we're gonna get free houses." That's all bullshit. There ain't gonna be no free house. It's just, but you know what? You got to be able to use your head and how you're gonna put these deals together. So that's it. You're gonna be limited by your own imagination and your own creativity. So, and it's gonna be countrywide. It's it's not. This isn't something that's just gonna be in one spot. I think it'll start off, and I think it'll be regions. But by the time it gets done, it's gonna be the whole country. But that's just theory. We'll see if I'm right.
Yeah.
Right on. Thank you for that input.
Good.
You're right, bud. You're right.
Good stuff.
Anyways, anybody else? What time we got in? Holy good grief! It's almost 20 after 10 here on the East Coast.
You're on overtime, man.
I gotta go to sleep, man. Got my cocoa ready there? Okay, good. All right. I'm gonna have a beer.
Okay.
Is what it is. All right, guys. Well, let's see what we got here. We have this evening. Jason's still on. Lou Cuno. It's from Long Island, from Queens. Lou, where are you, man? We didn't see you tonight. Larry's on. Rick is on. Vaughn is on. And we got, of course, Justin and me. So that's what we got on. Mr. Lou. We didn't see Lou on tonight. All right. Well,
Lou's right there. Lou's from Florida, though, ain't you?
I don't know.
From California, man.
Oh,
California. Man, I miss
Damn.
Why is like everybody in here from California?
West Side representing tonight because it's only 7 o'clock right now.
Lou, why did I think you were from New York
So-
City? I don't know. Jeez, how about that? California. All right, good, great. Wow. It's a
Who's from
California town.
Who's from Port St. Lucie area? Somebody down there or Tampa? We got some people from there though. I don't know. Sorry, Lou.
So somebody is, yeah. I don't remember exactly right now.
Larry's from down in that. Was it Larry?
Larry's from
Jerry.
Illinois.
Jerry's
From Illinois.
Jerry's from down in that way. He's in Barstow or something, Bardo or something.
Jerry, that's who it is.
Jerry.
You're
Jerry.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
duh. Yeah, that's me. All right. I was in the right boat, wrong ocean.
Hey, appreciate you,
guys.
Steve.
What's that?
Yes,
Always
sir.
appreciate you, man.
Hey,
Appreciate
listen,
we learn a
you.
lot.
I love getting together on Monday nights. This is fun. We don't need a big
Thank
crowd,
you.
but it'd be nice,
We ought to have 45 or 50,000 people here.
If everybody here tonight just signed up one new guy before the month is out, and we were able to do that once a month. We just did that once a month. Go to Urea, go somewhere. You know how fast this thing would grow and how much talent we could import and how experience we could draw and bring into this club. It'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
Go to Urea's and talk about this. I mean,
Heck yeah.
yeah.
Great idea.
And everybody vote for Steve for the cowbell. That's very important.
The cowbell.
Whatever the hell he's giving away. I don't know what the hell this thing is. Cowbell or something. All right. I hear cowbell. I think about that SNL thing with that one guy.
Yeah.
What the hell was his name? Christopher Walken. We need
Yeah.
more cowbell. Yeah.
That's
I
it
got a
right there.
fever.
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, he was a great guy. All right, guys, we're gonna call it quits for tonight.
All right,
Jeff,
Steve.
thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks a lot.
All
Thank
good.
you guys.
Take
Love
care,
you, Coach
guys.
Steve. Thank you so much.
I'll see you tomorrow. So see you guys in the morning.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Thanks
Okay.
for it all.
See you guys.